We know that Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, immediately after addressing the nation on the 6th of July, he came on television and he said bad things about me. And it did not start. He's been on this for years, commissioners. The relationship between him and Gerard Beer is something that's an open secret. So could it be that because I mentioned things about his friend that made him to respond like this? I said, this Mr. Paul O'Sullivan is working in the security industry as a security industry person. He wants to work at the airport in Johannesburg, and after that, he then opened his own company. I know of, maybe I can put it here, commissioners, that, as I said, I've got informers. The chief of staff of the Minister of Police, Mr. Nkabinde, used to work for IPIT. He has given me files about the modus operandi in IPIT, and when he used to be there, the role that Mr. Policeman was playing in IPIT. There was a fallout between the two of them. Mr. Paul O'Sullivan does not mince his words when he speaks out there. He just speaks openly. So I don't want to debate what he's saying. I want him to come before this commission and come and argue the things that I've presented in these past 3 days, that everything is a lie. And he must tell me why he says it's a lie. Not to come here and accuse me on something that he cannot substantiate, but if he's got evidence of it, he's welcome to come. It's an open commission. He must come here and say, this is what Mkhwanazi has done, this is what Mkhwanazi has done, this is what Mkhwanazi has done. For me, what I can tell you, what we have picked up, we are investigating. I became aware of this, I registered a case. The case is being investigated in KZN. I hope he also pick up things against me, he registers a case being investigated, and you see the outcome of it.
I can't second guess what's going on inside the head of a criminal like Mkhwanazi. But the reality of the situation is he's overstepped his mark. It's not the job of a provincial commissioner to start accusing the government, the judiciary, the National Prosecuting Authority, and the Minister of Police, for that matter, of being criminals. And that's what he did today. And I want to see that man fall, and the sooner the better.
Well, we're suing him now because of his recent conduct. So we've called, he thinks he can play poker with me. He's going to come unstuck. We've seen his 5 million, and we're raising him another 5 million. So we're telling him we want 10 million. If he wants to play games, I'm good at it. I've played these games for many, many years. His game has resulted in social media attacks on me. Fortunately, I don't read social media, so I had one of my staff scan through social media and list all the things that are said on social media by people who I would describe as Mkhwanazi cult followers. And these cult followers say the following: O'Sullivan is a Mossad agent. O'Sullivan is part of the CIA. O'Sullivan is an MI6 spy. O'Sullivan is an Israeli and not the South African. O'Sullivan is a Zionist and an apartheid Israeli agent. O'Sullivan has 3 passports. Actually, they're wrong there. I've got 4. O'Sullivan is bringing intelligence gathering devices into South Africa. Now, this is the result of a lieutenant general in the police using his cult following to attack somebody who I have a record going back to the year 2000, a very clear record of 25 years of carrying out pro bono investigative work in South Africa. And I now have a dirty cop telling the people of the country they must take the law into their own hands and deal with me.
I see in the week's news that General Mkhwanazi is talking about a very comfy relationship between Shadrack Sibiya and Paul O'Sullivan. Mm-hmm. Guess who has all the receipts? Both Paul O'Sullivan and Chad Thomas were working for me. So I would want to prove above all reasonable doubt is that Paul O'Sullivan works for Zunaid Moti, and Shadrack Sibiya also reports to Zunaid Moti. I'm going to start with an article that Paul O'Sullivan in 2012 said that he's going to put Zunaid Moti behind bars. Can you pull up the first article where Paul O'Sullivan swears on television that he's going to put Zunaid Moti behind bars? Do your own research. You'll find about 300 articles where Paul O'Sullivan swore that he will dedicate his entire life to do this. So there you can see how Paul O'Sullivan says that Moti is a gangster, that he's mafia, and that he murdered people. Yep. I want to now show how Paul O'Sullivan didn't keep to his word or his life's mission. The moron went on and works for Zunaid Moti full-time now. Now this picture, Mel, kills two birds with one stone. So in this picture, you will see Paul O'Sullivan agreeing that he's working for Zunaid Moti. But what you'll also see in the message is me giving money to this fool to fix the windshield on his car and buy food for his house. So next time, Paul O'Sullivan, when you sit in someone's office with wallpaper of books behind you and you talk about we are investigating, I want to tell General Mkhwanazi that this dude is operating on his own out of his garage. He's got nothing. But now, General, you can now see that Paul O'Sullivan works for Zunaid Moti, that he also worked for me at the same time and used my information to get closer to Shadrach Sibiya and also closer to Zunaid Moti.